Welcome, boys and girls. I'm Zakuba Winters, and today we're here talking about Live Letter 91 for patch 7.5 for Final Fantasy XIV. So, this is the part 1 live letter, and with the part 1s, they're broken up into part 1 and 2. With the part 1's live letters, mainly just listing off the new content that will be in the 7.5 patch, though not getting too in-depth for what's in it, though showing off some slides and whatnot. But with the part 2 patch, which will be on a later date, or the part 2 live letter, that one will give more in-depth of information on things like Beastmaster and whatnot. So if you're looking for any super in-depth stuff, that's not going to be in here, and pretty much anything not listed in the 7.5 live letter here is most likely not going to be in the part 2 live letter, in case if you're just huffing copium of like certain things or any kind of changes people were hoping for. So let's just get into it. And we first have the name of the next patch, and it is Trails to the Heavens. As we're going back and we're going back to Ishgard. We're doing Heaven's Ward Part 2 again. No, that's not what's happening. At least I hope not. It'll be weird. But either way, with the patch 7.5 main scenario quest, these are broken up into 2 parts. So part 1 will be April 24th, which also is the launch date of patch 7.5. And then part 2 will be early September. So with this, they also showed off the roadmap and time of when each of the patches of this, or each smaller patch and the Fan Fest. So we're getting American Fan Fest, April 24th. And 4 days later, we're getting patch 7.5. Now early June, we'll get 7.51, then July 25th, 26th, we're to get the EU Fan Fest, then late July, which I guess probably a few days later will be 7.55, and early September will be 7.56, and then October 31st, November 1st, we're going to get the JP Fan Fest. First thing they show off is the main scenario quest, which, gonna be like every major patch. So we're getting new story stuff. We got the key, and we're still in Solution 9. Yeah, we got the key over here. So, and they're analyzing it and whatnot. We're talking to Loporrits on the moon. We're talking to Calyx. We are... I don't know where this is. It's very dark. I don't know if we're back in Treno. The only place would look like Treno. Unless it's like the little garden area by the apartments in Solution 9 and it's all dark for whatever reason. And then we're going back to the moon again. I guess towards the heavens. We're doing Heaven's Ward and Endwalker all over again. That's going to be the lead up. That's the next expansion. So, along with main scenario quest, we get the Dawn Trail Allied Society Capstone quest. So, if you finished all of the Society quest, you'll get one additional quest, and that will generally give some kind of a small reward, usually like an outfit, or probably not an outfit, more like a face wear or fashion accessory is most likely going to be the reward for this. But a small little quest to do, and some silly hijinks. So we have this. We have the big Griffin Pate going after the Pelu. And we have even more screenshots of this quest. And we have a little beetle thing, as this is for the inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. So if that beetle was in the last 2 Hildebrand quests, forgive me, I've been a bit lazy and actually haven't done the last 2 Hildebrand quests, so I don't know what's actually happening and going on with these. But we got zombies again, and we got the Inspector Extraordinaire Hildebrand himself. So we have a new custom delivery person, and that is Solja, which is the lady that runs the taco shack in Tuliolo. So we're gonna be making tacos for her, or expanding her taco empire. Next, we have duty support for the Dusk Vigil, and Shisui of the Violet Tides. So we have these. They did say that what they'd have to do would make the dungeons a bit easier because of the duty supports, but these dungeons were pretty easy. Like, honestly, Shisui of the Violet Tides, when like trying to get any kind of gear to trade in for Grand Company seals, it was so good because it's so fast and easy to do. So if it's gonna be even faster and easy to do, it's great. Okay, so there's that. A PvP update. So we're gonna have a PvP Series 11 begins, PvP action adjustment, and a new Crystalline Conflict Arena added, and that is the Archaea Harmonious, however you pronounce that, whatever. But we're going to Old Charlian. We're gonna have like an Old Charlian library battleground. Got books. We're gonna have like Biblos books that will probably do something. Considering it's right wait, is that? I don't think that's the end point. It might be. Having a book like that, I wonder if it's gonna like attack people like just about to like take over and win the match. So, oh yeah, we also got little like pathways here, it looks like. So this can open up, looks like speed pads going through here, and it's probably gonna be over there. So there's that. And we have the new dungeon. Looks like we're going to Garlemald for our last dungeon. And it is the Latium? Clydium, I guess will be the name of it. So in the ruins of Garlemald, nice and snowy, still screwed up. So not sure what's going on here. So they did show the twins in the title picture for the patch. So we're definitely doing something back in Garlemald, as you know, the dungeons here. And it's still all cold and whatnot. And next we have the 24-man raid. So we have Ghoul Jaja and Srulja? I forgot what his name was. So we're getting Echoes of Vanadil Part 3. We're getting Windurst, the Third Walk. And we are going to be dealing with Shantoto, as this giant Shantoto was a part of an old event, like a Realm Reborn only event, as they had Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 13 events. But because they decided to put all the rewards in the Mog Station, they never ran them again, so they never did the Shantoto item again. Or the Shantoto event again, but you do deal with a giant Shantoto in the event, and we're dealing with this giant Shantoto again here, as she's most likely going to be a boss. Probably the first boss, kind of like we had to deal with Prish. And we again are going to win Windurst. As I'm gonna be honest, I never played Final Fantasy 11, so I don't even know where this is. I'm gonna guess this is Windurst. If it's not, whoops. And next we have, I did watch Mr. Happy's Head. He said this was Ottergon, which apparently was like the biggest expansion for Final Fantasy XI. So whatever bosses are in here, get ready. So apparently this was a very important place in Final Fantasy XI. So there's that. Please look forward to it. But the new trial, which I thought was going to be tied to the Occult Crescent, is going to be Enuo, which is a odd choice. So, if you never played Final Fantasy V, Enuo was only mentioned by name in the original version of Final Fantasy V as like this wizard that was like doing void shenanigans, and that's what led XDeath to like do his void shenanigans and try to like take over the void. Only in Final Fantasy V Advance, for the Game Boy Advance, do they have Enuo as an actual like super boss, which is where you get all the added classes that they have, that they did bring in to the Occult Crescent, as I think we are getting all 4 of the Final Fantasy V, the Game Boy Advance jobs into the game. So having him here as just a normal trial, not a part of the stuff that involves Final Fantasy V, is a bit odd. So this is most likely going to be dealing with whatever stuff that's happening in Garlemald. There is a sigil thing up here, so it could be Ascian related. Though we did have Anima as like tempered tempered Garlemald person, so who knows? But we got Enuo as our next boss. And then for the new Unreal, we are getting Shinryu's Domain Unreal. So if you thought Tsukiyomi was too hard, you're not gonna have a good time. And like, honestly, I didn't even do that one, and I hated doing this fight. So the fact that it's going to be the 0.5 patch, this one's going to be a big pain in the ass. And it's not going to be fun to have to prog. As if you thought Party Finder sucked before, just get ready. So the new Ultimate Raid is... They're not saying it. It's just static. Though... They said I think they said they're gonna reveal this on the Fan Fest. Though I could be looking into it. The only time they ever actually use static is for the near raids. But it could be near related. It could just be, you know, we don't feel like telling you, so here's just a screen of bullshit. So here we go. They're not telling us. Please look forward to it. Next, we have Phantom Weapon upgrades. So, got new relics, and this is what they look like. They did say that they started showing these pictures of the relics now because so many bastards are just data mining things and just showing them off. So it's like, screw it. Screw it. You're already all looking at them already. So here you go. So, that's why they're just showing them off now, which, like, honestly... Even if you are data mined, like, it's pretty easy to not see the data mined, like, pre-release stuff. So, they do have a nice glow to them. Like, not super extravagant, but the weapons do look really elegant, so that is nice. Next, we have the Occult Crescent Northhorn. Brought to you by Brown. Brought to you by... it is brought to you by... Xbox 360 era first-person shooters where real is brown. With more brown, brought to you by even more brown. And the only color I'm actually blocking, so here's the color green. But more stuff, got a big facility, like we have in the Southhorn. Here we have the outdoor area. Actually, this is a lot of floating green rocks at night. So we have some more just like outdoor facilities. We do have monsters and whatnot. We got bees. So we got that. So we have adventure to the North Horn and make new discoveries. There's going to be new monsters, new critical encounters, and new fates. So they didn't say much of like any like other things that they might be adding. So it looks like it's just going to be South Horn, but different critical encounters, different fates. So just, it seems like it's just going to be what we already have, but a new map. So, maximum knowledge level increased to 40 and multiple new phantom jobs. Let me remove myself here. So, we have Black Mage, Dragoon, White Mage, Ninja, Summoner, Blue Mage, Red Mage, and Necromancer, which was one of the Game Boy Advance exclusive jobs. So, again, please look forward to it. So, you can have somewhat of an ability to play Necromancer. So, there's that. We are getting a new Fork Tower magic. We'll be getting 2 difficulties, normal and extreme. For those looking to enjoy the story through the more casual experience, or normal mode, and extreme for those seeking a challenge. In both normal and extreme, up to 40 to 48 players can participate in the duty. Entering normal difficulty, no cipher required. Simply standing atop of the ethereal node will register your interest in the duty. If more players then can enter the duty or atop the node, participants will be selected at random. Should you fail to be selected, your next entry will be given priority. I wish they'd do this with the persistent pots, but that's nice. Well, at least, you know, like the duel system that they had in Basha. So if you try to do the Fork Tower, if you get knocked out or you don't get picked the first time, you're probably going to get picked the second time. So just stick with it. Entering extreme difficulty is the next one. Again, this one is not going to require ciphers like Fork Tower Blood did. The extreme difficulty can be accessed from extreme mode only instances, separate from the normal instance. Extreme instances can be entered by alliance of 12 or more players in 3 or more parties. Upon entering extreme instance, the Fork Tower will be immediately become accessible. So with these, if you enter an extreme only instance, usually it shows up like not instantly available, but usually like 5 minutes after, I guess, let everybody, you know, get their stuff set up, then it comes out. And then once people go into Fork Tower, then it opens up to be a normal instance. So there's that. And we have obtain new gear in the North Horn. Click the required items to enhance gear. Upgrade your equipment to the highest level to obtain the mightiest gear on the Isle. Should you possess upgraded gear from the South Horn, you may skip some steps required to enhance gear from the North Horn. So if you have the +1 or +2 gears from the South Horn, you will be able to just trade them in for the new piece of gear, So you might be able to, I would probably assume if you have the +1, you can probably trade it for the standard set. And if you have the +2, you can probably trade it for the +1 gear in the North Horn. I would assume that, unless there's like a +3 or 4. So if you have the new, or if you have the maxed out gear for South Horn, you can get a bump for the North Horn. Next we have the new limited job. We have Beastmaster, which only took them the entire expansion to give us. But they did say it was going to be in 7.5, so it's finally here. Okay, capture beast and call upon them to fight at your side. I'm just going to remove myself here because a lot of the text is going to be where I'm at. Okay, we have... What weapon they have is a one-handed axe. They are considered a melee DPS. Their starting level will be level 1, and the level cap will be level 50. Job quest available upon release. So, just for a heads up, because they're going to be melee DPS, do make sure to get the Ironworks gear. You can buy the level 50 gear now, because this is going to be Poetics gear. Though there'll probably be whatever special vendor like Blue Mage has to buy the new set. But if you want like a different, possibly biz set, it might be Bahamut, or it might be the Ironwork set. So go in and grab that if you need. And it's level 50 content. You can easily solo this stuff. So you can make sure to have the subsequent materia and equipment ready for when you get to max level. Though, not sure if the weapons this time are going to have any stats like Blue Mage. The Blue Mage Cane doesn't have any stats. I would like to assume this probably has stats. I mean, it's an axe. I could at least see the BS of why the cane doesn't, but either way. You unlock conditions. For Beastmaster, you have to at least be level 50 or above, complete the Realm Reborn main scenario quest, though have Dawn Trail registered to your account, so sorry, free trial players, you cannot play Beastmaster. Oh, gotta come back here. So here, how to capture beast. Weaken beast in the wild before attempting to capture them. Up to 50 types of beasts can be tamed. Dodos. Capture various beasts with your beast or master beasteries. We have the Chimera. You get this from Cutter's Cry, mind you. You don't have to do the super boss fight to get this one. They do kind of show this off a bit. You have Gubus. All beasts can be captured through solo play. Call upon tamed beast to walk beside you. So they do show the kind of the beastry, the monster decks here. Here we show off Gubu, Corel, Chimera, and also Behemoth. You can get a Behemoth. So this was oh god, I can't believe I was such an asshole. This was translated by Illuminori and the people on the Final Fantasy XIV Discord. So give them a whole thanks. I'm a huge ass for not mentioning them, as they did all these screenshots and I did that. So make sure to go subscribe to the Final Fantasy XIV Discord so you can give them some love. They did the translation of these, so we have here the names. I'll remove myself a bit. So we have appearance settings, so it looks like we'll be able to change the size of these. It looks like kind of like the same settings of like the summoner pets, where you can just make them small, medium, or large. I don't think that there's going to be certain variables of like, oh, you can find this monster, but this is a large version, this is a small version. No, they're all going to be the same size. You can just make them big, medium, or big, medium, or small. Large, medium, small. We have a skill called Borrow, which I think lets you borrow their like abilities. Here it has auto attack, so it's gonna do thunder damage, auto attacks. Has a beast skin ability, so I guess you get beast skin by borrowing. But I'm going to get some kind of defensive buff. So they get two abilities. You get Charge Whisker for the Corel, Does AoE attacks, got a single attack of a blaster, does a bunch of magical damage. Here we get Ram's Voice, does ice damage, does freeze, and ice resist down. And then we got Flame Press, with a single attack, does fire damage, does additional damage if frozen, so you can kind of combo these. And it also shows where you can get these. So the Corel is going to be out of Lenosha, and the Chimera going to be Cutter's Cry. Though, looking at the Behemoth, it's going to be very interesting where you're going to get this. They might be either solo duties. There is a... Actually, let me... Does this show up? Let me skip ahead. So, there is going to be this, like, solo adventure mode. That might be where you get some beast, because for Behemoth, there's only 2 places to find Behemoth in A Realm Reborn. That's the Labyrinth of the Ancients and the Super Boss Fate. Those are all like multi-person content. Yeah, good luck trying to capture Behemoth doing that crap. So it's probably gonna come from here, I would assume. There might be some other monsters in here. So we have this. So with this, up to 3 beasts can accompany you at one time, using their abilities and actions to fight alongside you. So when you're doing duties, because yeah, we have Behemoth right here. Got Behemoth, you know, caked up on a Wednesday afternoon here. Dropping meteors on air. Your tactics in battle will change depending on your beast at your side. Use the instinct system to fight in tandem with your beast. So pretty much, it's going to be solo dungeon stuff, but your entire party. You're going to have like a light party, but it's all going to be you. It's going to be you and 3 beasts. You're the party. So, have fun with that. Okay, Crucible of the Unbroken. It's a dedicated single-player experience. A completely new type of duty, unlike anything else in Final Fantasy XIV so far. Nurture your beast in the Crucible of the Unbroken and overcome its challenges together. Also, with here, they show level like 18 and level 8 and whatnot. I'm not sure if this is your level or if the beast have their own level. I'm gonna probably guess no. And you just have to be level 8. You're just 18 and they just like scale to your level, I would assume. It's probably what it's going to be like. Though it would be cool if they have their own leveling. But more importantly, we have ocean fishing. We're going to have new ocean fishing and we're going to Thavnir. So, yay. We have Thavnir. And here's another shot of Thavnir fishing boat. So enjoy that. Hopefully we don't have any more like the world's greatest troller achievement, because I honestly still haven't got that, and I've just been lazy doing fishing, or at least big fishing. Because I have every single fish in the game, and let me tell you, trying to get all the blue fish, trying to get all the fish in ocean fishing, that just mentally wears you out, and then you don't want to do ocean fishing at all. So trying to spam that over and over and over and over and over again to get those titles, yeah. Well, this will help get me back in there. Hopefully there's not more titles, because I'm good. I'm good. I haven't even done it, and I don't want to do more. The next, we have new Cosmic Exploration Star. Oxasia? Oxasia, I think, is how you're going to pronounce it. And we have a big greenery looking alien. It's got like a crop circle, but it's the whole planet is a big crop circle here. It looks like ocean. Looks like sea. But it looks like a kind of force field or something like here. I don't know if this is just like a graphical effect. No, because there's dots here. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a little effect, but maybe it has like a force field. Because we do know that there's like aliens and whatnot, or other people that were on Oasis. They moved here, and this is where they live. Or at least were. So we have a nice new green planet. We have more stuff. We have like tree building. Building in a tree. I don't know if this is part of our base or the former or current inhabitants, though a lot of this is very moss covered and green. It looks like it's abandoned. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, this is the right one. So more stuff, more like old dilapidated stuff. I would assume we probably meet whoever used to live here once we finally finish up. Whether it's poo-poos or not, but it depends on how big these structures are. If these are like people-sized buildings, probably not going to be poo-poos. Could it be something else? Watch it's like moral operates. That would be funny. Oh, we have Gold Saucer update. They said nothing beside this. So more, I think they said it's gonna be like a multiplayer thing, so probably a new fate. And we have housing update. So what we're gonna get in housing, we are going to get more increased placement limits for indoor and outdoor furnishings. So small houses will get go from 200 to 300 items indoor. Outdoor will be 20 to 40. So outdoor for every one of them is going to be doubled. So medium will get 150 increase from 300 to 450. Again, doubling from 30 to 60 outdoors. Large houses will get 400 to 600 indoor furnishings, with doubling their outdoors placements to 40 to 80. With private chambers and apartments gaining 50 slots into their rooms of 100 to 150. And keep in mind, I'm blocking the storeroom ones, but the storerooms are increasing to whatever these numbers are. So the storeroom was 200 spaces. Now you get 300. So the storerooms have always just been what you can place on the ground doubled. So yeah. We have that. We're getting a new interior fixture design. We're going to have like a black room. I don't know if this is new flooring. I want to say no. But I don't know of another like dark wood like that. I might be wrong. There might be something here. But also it's got like square lights. Don't know if these are part of the normal light fixtures. These might be new kind of lights, so that might be a new item, since normally these would be like a chandelier that we would normally have. So most likely these will be new furnishing items, I would assume, because I don't think we have a wood that's this dark, and I don't think this is the glade flooring, because I think I'm pretty sure the glade floorings are longer, like per color like that. So again, I might be wrong. It's been a while. So we're getting an armoire update. Armoire storage options have been updated to include all job specific artifact gear. All gear from dungeons included in patch just Dawn Trail. Just all the 7.0 dungeons. So any dungeon gear from Dawn Trail can be popped into the armoire. The option to store gear from earlier dungeons will be rolled out gradually. The ability to store dungeon gear as outfit glamours is also under consideration. So the main thing here is armoire space. You can, from the glamour dresser, can glamour up things from your armoire and put it on your glamour pits and whatnot, but they don't take up the glamour spots. That you only have so many spots. I haven't messed with the glamour dresser in so long. I want to say 300? I don't remember how many slots, but if you have any artifact gear or any Dawn Trail dungeon stuff, this will no longer take any of the Glamour Dresser space. If you have them in your Glamour Dresser, you can pop them in your armoire and just use them from there from now on. Next, we have consolidated dyes. So, I'm going to remove myself here again. So we have many of the currently available dyes will be consolidated into 3 base dyes. So they don't have like a normal name for them now, so we're just calling them Type A. Type A will be considered all of the normally available dyes of the 85 available dyes that you can craft, buy from vendors, or get from the Aromaborn Beast Tribe quest. So this will just all be, you get one of these dyes, and it will contain all 85 of these. Type B will consider the 9 dyes you can get from Ishgard Restoration. Type C will be all the new dyes added in Cosmic Exploration. This will not apply to dyes that can be purchased on the online store and dyes of corresponding colors, which they show off here. The exceptions will not be like any of the Venture Coffer ones, so pure white, jet black, metallic gold and silver, pastel pink, dark red, brown, pastel green, all the metallic colors, all the dark and pastel colors, as well as pure white, jet black. So we're gonna get just 3 different dyes now, though they did not mention what they're going to do with the pigments, as there's like 5 or 6 different pigments that can turn into certain craftable colors. So like you have the gray pigments that can turn into like all of the white and like grays and blacks. Well, not the jet black, but like the snow white, the soot black ones, and all the grays in that. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. They actually don't mention that here. So they're probably just getting rid of those. Also, consolidated dyes. When using one of the new dyes, you'll be able to select which of the included colors to apply. The number of available colors will remain the same. The dyes being consolidated into new base dyes will no longer be available. So if you have, also they say, dyes currently in your possession will no longer be functional. After the patch goes live, they can be exchanged for a new consolidated dye by speaking with the Calamity Salvager. So they're just going to have a store that if you have any of the normal color dyes, you can just trade them in and you'll get the new dye channel thing. So there's that. And yeah, also with these, like, don't worry about the markets or anything, because these all will have their own. None of this is being consolidated, so pure white, jet black is still going to be their own paint can. So those will be individual items. So don't worry about that market. So they have the Adventure Chronicle of for a thing in Japan. I think this is going to be like an art gallery. I honestly missed what this is, but it looks like it's a Japan thing. So Osaka, HEC Gallery, Tokyo Exhibition Hall. So there's that. We got new merchandise. New collaboration merchandise in Japan. New lineup of collaboration merchandise created with a variety of brands and creators. These items will be available in Japan through our stores, including the limited time pop-up shop in JR Kyoto Station and online store. So you can buy, wait, let me remove myself again. We got little like just designer bags with things, coasters, looks like. Looks like wipes, some kind of like cleaning cloths. A keychain. We got a keychain here, but I don't know what this is. This is the thing. We got little coffee cups, metal coffee cups, so that's good. Bags. That, yeah, I don't know what any of that says. So, we got whatever this is. We got shirts and looks like stickers. You will be able to buy these. A place like sites like Itakuchi and whatnot will most likely be selling these if they don't sell these in any way to buy these in America or the EU. The Primals are going to be in a Download Festival. Get ready to rock out with the Primals as they head to United Kingdom for the legendary Download Festival this June. Primals, the Primals Dark Decades Tour Budokan Live Blu-ray Disc 3. Experience the excitement of the Primals performance at the Nippon Budokan in September 2025. Now on Blu-ray. In addition to the main performance, this release will include about 90 minutes of behind-the-scene footage from the Zepp Tour and Budokan show. American European release April 2026. So sometime in April. Now accepting pre-order for 2 new t-shirt designs inspired by neon lit Metropolis of Solution 9. America will be around July. Europe will be September. So with that, they show off the shirts. They have the motorbike and I guess this picture. Oh yes, one of them. I guess I picked the wrong picture because there were 2 shots and I picked the wrong one. This one has, I guess I can do like a zoom in of like a cool shot of Solution 9 with the little outrunner things here. They have this. We have the Echoes of Vana'diel crossover event now playable in Final Fantasy XI. So following their appearance in Final Fantasy XIV, the special battle event features the powerful Fafnir and Kirin. No claiming necessary. Jump in with fellow adventurers and defeat these foes and earn materials for powerful gears. I think this is like for the artifact gear. So we're having a little event. So they're just world mobs that you can kill in Final Fantasy XI. So if you are playing that, there is that new event and contest you can do. So there's that. Next, we have the Crystalline Conflict Regional Championship 2026 Europe and Oceania. Registration period ends soon. Top 4 teams will be invited to compete in Fan Festival 2026 in Berlin with an €18,000 grand prize. Deadlines to enter are Monday, March 16th and Tuesday, March 17th for those time zones. So you have till March, and you're pretty much March 16th. Put your entry in to your team if you want to enter. Next we have there's the regional championship trophy. Since there's 5 people on the team, did they just get one? I'd like to hope everybody gets a trophy. I mean, it just looks like it's glass, so I can't see it being that hard. Okay, so we have FanFest. Gonna read myself again. So FanFest dates will be April 24th and 25th for the North American FanFest. July 25th and 26th for European FanFest in Germany. And a final FanFest in October 31st, November 1st in Japan. And one last thing, they did bring these up at the beginning of the live letter, but since I wanted to put them in the March and not like put these out in the main content, is they're going to have some kind of service that you can like take pictures of your avatar and have them make little figurines of your character. They said they wanted to try to do this before, but the quality was just kind of eh. Looks like they got the kinks kicked out. They have a Lalafell of this gear. They said it's going to take screenshots. So they said they're going to have more information on FanFest of how they're going to do this. So there's this. It does have a decent amount of detail. So, like, definitely this armor piece and whatnot is really good. They also said if the colors come out wrong, you're gonna have to paint them. You gotta fix that shit yourself. But either way, you can get figurines. This is the last slide, so let's try to. Here we go. Let's put the Lalafell right here. Get the heart. Love for everyone. So there is that. That is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. If you enjoyed this video, I'm Scuba Winters. I've mainly been doing more Final Fantasy news and updates and other things of that nature. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And until then, bye.